So this morning we're doing our career prep unit for this class. We are fortunate enough to have Randy McCoy from the Center for Career Design come over. I told you last week how impressed I have been with what they've been able to do. Y'all kind of did an overhaul last year.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that correct to
Yes.
say? And the feedback that I've gotten from students who have used them for the last year and this year has been tremendous. So I think you'll get something out of it. I want you to pull up before Randy starts, pull your assignment up. This is assignment 2.1. So everybody should see that. Does anybody not see it? All right, this is our career prep assignment. So just briefly, what it's going to ask you to do over the course of the semester, this is not due till April. It's going to ask you to create a handshake profile. Randy's going to walk you through that. You're going to need to create a LinkedIn profile. It's going to walk you through that. Not just creating profiles, but populating them with your resumes and your current information and that kind of thing. So I think what you're going to hear is that employers are going to look at these things. You're going to need to do interview prep. I've given you in your assignment the link to the prep sheet. You can use to fill it out by hand. It asks you questions to help you get ready for an interview. This is something that the Career Center also came up with. You're going to do your resume. He's going to tell you how they will help you do that. There are templates when you go on their web. I'm not going to get too deep in it because he's going to tell you. If you have a resume, I want you to update it. If you don't have one, you need to create one. And then you're going to make an appointment with the Career Center to review your resume. They're going to give you feedback and say, these are the things you might need to change. These are some suggestions we have. And then I want you to give me the finished product and also some proof that you've met with them. Then the final thing on the assignment is you're going to need to do a mock interview with the Career Center. He's going to tell you how to schedule those. You've got the entire semester to get it done. I would go ahead and get started on all this. Folks who wait until the last week of the semester is not a good idea. They don't have the ability to take all 100 of my students the last week of the semester, and you just may miss out on availability. Once you do that practice interview, then you'll submit to me proof that you did that as well. If you do all these things, it'll be an easy 100. This is a pretty big percentage of your grade. So this is an important assignment. I'm giving it to you early so you can get started on it. There'll be plenty of time for you to ask questions if things pop up that you're not sure about. And of course, the tremendous resources that the Career Center has, which you're about to learn all about, will be available to you all semester as well. So I'm going to turn it over to Randy, and he's going to talk to us today and maybe even Thursday, and we'll have some time for y'all to ask questions as well. Randy, thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
This
sir.
is Randy McCoy. I'll get out of the way.
Oh, sorry about that. Not sure why that's doing that. Give me 1 second. The wrong slides.
Madison, are you in this class or the 9:30? Okay. While he's doing that, let me ask y'all a question for Chima. Does anybody have trouble doing the lockdown browser? You did as well. Were you unable to get it done?
Yeah, I emailed you last night.
Okay. And I said we're going to work on that. Or have you not heard back from me?
I have not.
Okay. All right.
I emailed you.
All right. So have y'all ever done lockdown browser before? I probably should have given y'all a little bit more of a, what was your issue?
My issue, since I've started, it has not worked on my MacBook, but it works on my iPad. So like the last 3 semesters, I've been using it on my iPad.
Okay.
And for my GoView classes, it did the same thing where it just said like this quiz hasn't been approved to use on an iPad. So I just asked if I could do it today since I have the campus.
Do I have to, is that a setting that I go in and approve on an iPad, do you think?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'll figure that out with you.
Okay.
Chima, what's your issue? Okay. Can anybody do it on, has anybody done it on Safari on their laptop? You do, you have no problem with it? Huh.
I use Chrome.
You use Chrome? No problems with Chrome? You have access to Chrome? Yeah. Okay. All right, well, let's see if that was the issue. And if not, we'll keep going on that. All right. Y'all let me know if you have stuff like that pop up. I'm happy to work with you on that. All right. Sorry, Randy.
That's good. I'm sorry about that. So I downloaded preparation, right? Downloaded the wrong slides. So in 2024, our Career Center basically had like one person in it. And Georgia State University came and did a survey of all student success indicators on campus on how CSU can assist all of our students to be more successful. So this is where our mission is born from Dr. Rayfield, to support student success by guiding individuals towards careers that offer economic security and a meaningful life. So when you come see us, career coaches, that's one of the things we're going to talk about. What is a meaningful life for you? So today I'm going to go over the overview of the Career Center, Handshake, and then LinkedIn. And I'll be up and down because I'm going to go to the websites. So I'm going to go up and down a little bit. Our story. All right, so Dr. Rayfield, she has an executive coach herself. And one of the things she said, hey, if I have somebody I can reach out to and ask them questions and run thoughts about the university and my professional development, how impactful would that be for all of my students if we offered that as a university to all the students? So that's where the new version Career Center was born. We have 8 professional coaches now. We have a director, 2 associate directors, and then 5 career success coaches. So I'm Randy McCoyne. I'm one of the career success coaches. And I covered down on the School of Social Sciences. All right. Kate Vogel covers down on the School of Business. So she's actually the one that you would go see mostly. But we don't really align like that. Well, we do align, but you can see any career coach that you want to see. Don't think, you may hit it off with me, right? And you may say, I like Randy McCoyne. So you can schedule all your appointments with me. Or, you know what? I may not be your cup of tea, and that's totally fine. Maybe it's Kate. Maybe it's not Kate. So we have various people, and I'm going to show you all of us when we get to the Career Center website on who you can pick. But Kate is the one who traditionally supports the business school, right? So looking at this, what are a few words that might jump out at you? To me, every student designs their future, right? When you come in to see one of us career coaches, this is not about me. I'm really not even guiding you. I'm a guide. If I were to guide you, I'd be more of an advisor, right? I'm coaching you. I'm asking you questions. The most you're probably ever going to see me talk is right here today, all right? Because when you come into the room and we start that professional coaching, what we do as coaches is we just ask thought-provoking questions to get you to think about whatever it is that you want to do. And we start looking at your life's purpose or your life design. We look at 2 things really. We look at your purpose. Your purpose is your why. Why are you here on this planet? What is it that you want to accomplish in your life? And then we tie that with your passions. So we'll ask you like to do some activities to identify whatever your passions may be. And don't be afraid to share your passions. right? Is the more you're open with your coach, the better off we can coach you, all right? And everything you tell your coach is protected, all right? The only time we have to share anything, it's a professional engagement, is if you tell us you're going to hurt yourself or hurt somebody else, all right? But we take those two things, your purpose and your passion, and that's where we start developing things like your elevator pitch. We start developing your resume, right? And we start looking at careers that you may want to do. Don't be ashamed or afraid to tell me because you think I don't like video games that your passion in life is playing video games. That's fine. That's not my passion, but that might be your passion. Because you can take that passion and tie it with this class, learning about law, and you could become the next best thing on gaming law. I don't know. That's your future. That's not my future, okay? Then the next part is the 100% there. So Dr. Rayfield has charged all of us at the university that we want to offer you guys an opportunity to have an experiential learning opportunity by the year 2030. I know some of y'all will be gone by then, but that's when we're trying to achieve this goal of every student who comes to CSU will have an opportunity to go out into industry and practice their skills. All right, so why is that important? One, you may find that industry that you're thinking about going into is exactly what you wanted. But probably more importantly, you might find out it's not what you wanted at all. I hear stories all the time about people who get into nursing programs and then they go start doing the nursing stuff and they're like, that is not for me, right? Or teaching, people get into teaching. They think they want to be a teacher because they want to give back. But when they get in a classroom full of, fifth graders, they're like, that is not for me, okay? And that's fine. That's what these experiences are meant to do, is to make you challenge your thought process and who you are. So I already mentioned this a little bit. So there's 8 of us career professional coaches. We're currently going through the international standard, which is the ICF, International Coaching Federation, to become certified coaches. We also have 8 peer advisors. Those are students just like yourself who've been trained on resume writing, interviewing skills, networking. So you can also come and see them. We also serve not just students, we also serve alumni. So if you know anybody who's a graduate of CSU who may be struggling, or maybe they're wanting to go up in their career and they want to redo their resume or whatever, tell them to reach out to us. We're here to serve them as well. If you were to pay for a professional career coach out on the market, you're looking at about $200 an hour, okay? So by being a graduate of this university, you will have this benefit, right? Professional career tools, that's all up there in the center that you can come up and get handouts. We got a lot of it on the website that I'm going to go over in a second. We have tools that will let you explore different career fields. And then our hours, Monday through Friday, traditionally 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. And in the way we do our hours, so like my hours are usually only in the morning. But if you wanted to see me, just email me and I will adjust my hours to accommodate you, okay? Because remember, we have students who are in South Korea, all over the world. I would make my time available on the weekend, whatever I can do to serve you better. All right, Perspectives course, if there's any freshmen in the class, all incoming freshmen now have to take Perspectives 1506, where it's called Charting Your Course, where we go over resume writing, pretty much everything we're doing right now. We also make the students attend 7 events on campus, on downtown and on the main campus, to get them to be a part of the community, basically, make them feel welcome here. All right, so again, I'm going to go over the website here in a second, but the Virtual Career Center, you can see upcoming events, the people we serve, how do I, if you ever want to know how do I write a resume, how do I dress for success, there's a great link right there for all that stuff. Explore career paths. We have a tool called Stepping Blocks where you can go on there and play with it yourself. And basically for example, you'll take a lawyer, right? And you'll click on that lawyer and it'll show you what was their path to becoming where he is today, right? Because most people think success looks like this, right? A straight line. No, it's not. Most people get to their position of success by ups and downs, right? Y'all seen that image before? All right, Handshake. Not going to go in too much in Handshake right now because we're going to have another presentation here in a minute. But this is the career management system that CSU utilizes. I think all of Georgia schools use this one actually. And this is how you make appointments with us career coaches. All right, JobScan. So JobScan assists you in getting that first phone call, right? So Synovus, Aflac, all the major corporations, they're going to use AI against you, all right? So guess what? Dr. Rayfield invested in JobScan. AI, it's about $22,000, this platform. And what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to assist you to beat AI, okay? So when you submit your application on Aflac or Synovus, it's going to be weeded out by AI before a person even sees it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the duty description that Aflac wants, and then we're going to take your resume and we're going to compare it, right? And then it's going to tell us how to improve your resume to get it up to a certain rating. That rating I would recommend is somewhere around 75%. Don't think of your rating on JobScan as being like a grade in a college class. You're not shooting for an A, right? And the reason being is because we've heard from companies like Google that if you get a perfect score on their AI system, what does that indicate to them? What do y'all think that indicates to Google if you get a perfect score on your resume? Well, basically you've cheated, right? Basically you've copied their duty description and you've put it into your resume. You put it into your resume. And so basically we've heard from companies like Google, if that happens, they will bar you from ever applying to any of their positions. So I think, and our team thinks, the magic number we want to get you to on your resume is about 75%, all right? I know we have this mentality, everything has to be 100, right?
So JobScan, if you don't mind me interrupting,
Yes,
Randy, JobScan you would use if you're applying to a certain job and you want to see how your resume matches up with this particular job you're
Yes.
applying for, and then it'll tell you whether or not you're there or not. It's not necessarily just a general how good is your resume. It's how well your resume matches up for what you're applying for.
Yes, sir.
So if you're applying for 5 different jobs, you would want JobScan to give you a grade on each one.
Each one, yep.
Because the goal is to tailor your resume to each one.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a thing, and I think that's on Thursday's class. You have a master resume, right? Which is what he's kind of getting at. And then when we apply to certain jobs, we call those targeted resumes, right? Okay. So you're going to have a master resume. The master resume has everything you've ever done in your life on it. Every little certificate, you just plop it on there, right? And then when you say, okay, I want to apply for this job at Synovus, well, now we call that a targeted resume, all right? And then what you want to do is upload that into JobScan and compare it with that actual duty description, all right? And you're going to do that for every duty description, right? Every job you're applying for, right? Because you got to have your resume specific to that job, right? So another piece of equipment that the university invested in for you just recently is the Iris photo scan. This is where you can take professional headshots if you need them for your business school portfolios, if you need them for your LinkedIn, which I do encourage LinkedIn, and I do encourage you to have a professional headshot. Again, this is free. All you got to do is walk right next door to the Schuster Student Success Center upstairs on the 2nd floor, and it's walk-ins, right? Just come in your professional, you guys are all business students, I'm assuming, in your professional business attire, and take your photo, okay? And they'll get emailed straight to the email that you put in there, okay? Again, this was like $22,000 the university invested in you guys. Resume review and interview prep. So this is usually where our peer career advisors come into hand because they're going to look at your resume and give you some pointers, right? So when you make those appointments, you're probably going to be seeing another student. Now, if you want to go deeper into the resume conversation, then you would just schedule with one of the career coaches, right? But remember, the career coaches, we're going to talk more about, well, why do you want that job? Why do you think that job is going to lead to a meaningful life for you, right? That's where we really come in. All right, here's some pictures of networking career fairs. We do host career fairs, and you'll see the dates of the upcoming ones on the website here in a second. The business school has one coming up. Just because I would encourage you as a student and as a growing professional, Go to all the career fairs. Don't just go to the one that the business school hosts. Because guess what? Even people who run arts facilities, guess what they need? They need HR managers. They need lawyers. They need all that. They need accountants. They need all that stuff too. Hospitals, the healthcare career fair. Hospitals don't run themselves. They need people who know business and organizational leadership, right? So go to all the different career fairs. Don't think you can only go to the business school career fair. And another thing we do, a lot of professors, criminal justice does a good job of this. We'll bring in professionals from the community and we'll set up tables and we'll do like a round robin where like the students get like 8 minutes to interview with people. So criminal justice just did one in the fall where they brought in like the district attorneys, they brought in the police chief, they brought in like the sheriff, all these different people, nonprofit organizations that help people, the underserved, and the students in the criminal justice field got to do these like speed interviews for like 8 minutes, right? All right, the career closet, we have male and female over there. You can get one free outfit. Also, if you're of the status or the means that you can actually donate, we're always taking professional business clothing as well if you need to get rid of some stuff in your closet. Also, the bottom bullet though, JCPenney's event, and I do have the date for that. I think it's April 23rd, and it's 55% off. It's pretty amazing. So if you know you need to upgrade your business attire, I would say try to wait till April 23rd and go to JCPenney's. When I got hired last year, I wanted to, kind of get some new stuff, so I waited and I went to this event. I got about $1,000 worth of stuff for around $500, right? So you can get shoes, belts, shirts, jackets, dresses, slacks, whatever you need. So write that date down, 23rd of April. There'll be flyers on that too. And it's for faculty, staff, and students, right? All right, so we are on Instagram, Handshake, and LinkedIn. So please follow us on all of those. I want to go real quick to the website. All right, so if you go to CSU's main page, what you're going to do is go to academics, and then it's called the Center for Career Coaching. You may see Center for Career Design, but as of January 1st, we've changed our name to the Center for Career Coaching, and we did that to align with the Center for Academic Coaching. So that's a great point, I guess I should mention now. So the university already has about 20 academic career coaches over in the library, and they're going to hire 20 more this year. And those individuals are going to focus on everything about your degree, right? Which class you should take, which class you shouldn't take, and that stuff. And they're going to guide you in that process, right? But anything post CSU, graduate school, law school, of course, you got a great person here to talk to about law school, or business, or opening a business, or any type of career that you want to get into. That's where we come in. So if you're talking about academic stuff, you want to make sure you go to the Center for Academic Coaching. And if it's about career or life exploration, you want to come to the Center for Career Design, or Career Coaching, sorry. So you click right there, and here's our main page. The people we serve: graduate students, alumni, employers, staff, and faculty. So you may say, how do y'all serve employers? Well, employers are reaching out to us every day saying, hey, we would like a CSU intern, right? And we work with them to try to line all that stuff up. So here's the page I told you about. How do I apply for an internship? How do I apply for a job? You can click there, attend a career fair, dress for success, gain experience, get a mentor. CSU also has a mentorship program with our alumni. I think we can do 100 students. We right now have 49. Where we will pair you with someone who's graduated CSU to kind of, walk you through some life events.
Wait, so you have 51 open spots for that?
I think so, 51, yeah.
Everyone should do that. I can't tell you enough how wonderful that would be. It's free, and it would do nothing but benefit you.
If you want to take some career assessments, when you come and see us, we don't always recommend these, but sometimes we do. It just depends. It's Myers-Briggs, personality type of stuff. These really work well for people that just come in and say, I don't have any clue what I want to do. Then we might ask you to go take some assessments to kind of see where you're at. All right. Explore paths. So here's, let's see, business right here, business and finance. And you can see all the stuff here, information technology, marketing and sales. And you can just click on these. Career fair. So your career fair for the Turner Business School is February 17th at the Student Recreation Center, right? And it's from 11 to 2 p.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Affinity groups, military, international students, and then about us. This is where if you're going to make an appointment with one of our coaches, you can come in and find out who you want to talk to, right? It sees a little bio here. Here's Patrick. He's our director. Lori Aiken, an amazing lady. She's our associate director. Teresa Donahoe, Reggie Gooden, myself, Ashley, and Kate. Remember, Kate is the one who focuses on the business school, but you do not have to do your appointment with her if you don't want to, okay? And then it goes over to our graduate assistant, Jacob, and then there are our peer career advisors. So since I'm talking about career advisors, you know, these people are graduating, they're moving on, right? We had one young man who just recently got selected to be an intern with Governor Kemp's office, right? So, you know, if you want to apply for one of our jobs, that's a great opportunity to learn more about career development while you're helping your fellow peers and your classmates, right? So as you're looking at student employment, consider working with us as well. Let's see here, go back to the main page. All right, here's where you're going to click to go to Handshake, and I'll go back to that here in a minute. Job Scan will be right here. LinkedIn, quick link here. Schedule an appointment through Handshake. And on the top right over here, this is where you can see upcoming events. So January 28th, we have an internship workshop. And that's where we're going to talk to you about how to put your experience into Handshake so that you're getting credit for it. You have, on the February 17th, you have the business school career fair. And on the 18th, the following day, you have the career fair for the nurses, right? And that one is closed. It's just for the nurses, actually. But there is one coming up for healthcare. So it's a little bit different. Let's see here. Job Scan, Stepping Blocks. Again, Stepping Blocks is a tool where you can kind of go in and play with it yourself and say, hey, if I wanted to be a social media marketing executive, you go find that person on Stepping Blocks, and it shows you how that person got there, right? And it's kind of linked to the Labor Department website where it shows you growth. If that job is like not going to be around in 10 years and stuff like that. So it's kind of a good website to look at. This one over here to the right, Parker Dewey. These are what we call micro internships. And so think of an internship where you're spending the summer or the spring or fall working for a law firm or something like that. That's not what this is. This is where companies upload a task, a project, something they need to get done, usually like a couple weeks, right? And they're going to pay you like $400 or $500 if you do it well, right? So you go in there, you accept it. The company says, yeah, we want that person to do this project for us. You do it, and then they pay you for it, right? So it's all through the Parker Dewey website, and all those experiences can go on to what? Your resume, right? Hey, I reviewed the website for this major company and I gave them feedback. Boom. That's a resume bullet, right? Or I analyzed something for somebody, right? Or I produced 10 flyers for marketing for a company, right? So that's the type of stuff from Parker Dewey. Real quick, micro certificates, data analytics, those type of things. I call those resume boosters, right? So anytime you can kind of get some kind of micro credential onto your resume, only thing it's going to do is set you apart from your peers, right? All right, so let's see. I think that's it for the website. All right, let's go to the Handshake. All right, so like I mentioned, Handshake is the career management platform that CSU uses. And what does it do? It's the #1 career management platform used by universities. And the reason it's designed and it was built for people with your experience. So the creators of Handshake made it for the jobs, because when you go to LinkedIn, you go to Indeed, a lot of times those people are posting jobs and they want somebody who already has their degree, they want 5 years of experience and all this stuff, right? You don't have that experience. So these employers that are posting on here, they know that. But what are they hungry for? They're hungry for somebody who just completed college. Because by you completing college, it shows that you're committed. You committed to something and you stuck to it, right? So that's who they want. These companies that are posting on here, they're willing to train you on the stuff that you have to do on the job, right? But they now know that you're a CSU graduate and you completed something, right? And these companies, they can post their jobs where they're just for every student, but they can also target it just for CSU graduates. For example, Aflac does that, right? Synovus does that, right? Because they want to keep people here in their hometown, right? Atlanta, big corporations in Atlanta will reach out to CSU students on Handshake. And what does it do? Why you should have one? Well, you have one already. It's free and it's paid for by the university. And when you log in, all you have to do is log in with your CSU credentials. But it helps you get hired, it helps you get discovered, and it helps you find internship opportunities. Companies will also post on there their internship. Right now, the National Infantry Museum is going to post 2 internships for the summer, and so is the Cavalry Association on base. And those aren't just open to history majors, they're going to be open to all CSU students.
So, Randy, some employers who specifically want to hire recent college graduates, they use this.
Yes.
This is where they're going to find candidates.
Yes.
All right. And okay, y'all understand that? I mean, this is your audience, are these people who are using Handshake.
Yep. Specifically, they're looking for college graduates, right? Right out. They know you don't have experience. They're okay with that. They've accepted that. They're willing to train you, right? It helps you get discovered. You can go on there once you get your profile built. This Handshake's much like LinkedIn. Once you get your profile built and the more you put on it, the more pings you're going to get from employers, because now they can see you. If you just have a blank LinkedIn or if you have a blank Handshake, it's kind of pointless to even have it, because employers can't see anything. They don't know who you are. When you put your profile picture and you put your taglines and you put "this is about me," then they say, "Oh, we want to reach out to her. We want to reach out to him. That looks like somebody that would fit well on our team," right? It helps you connect with other people. You can also find people on there who are doing similar jobs, or recruiters. And if you reach out to that recruiter and just connect with them, well, guess what? The next time they have an opening, they're probably going to reach out to you, right? And then also there's different ways to get expert help on there. And that's also how we do our appointments. So you will schedule your appointments with the career coaches through Handshake. All right, this is where you're going to go to log in. I'm going to go to the website here in a second. And you will use your CSU sign-in. You don't have to create anything new. You can also download the app to your phone or any type of device. All right, the 3 must-haves on your Handshake profile, I would prefer you complete it and then fill it out completely the best you can. But you need to have your job type. What type of job are you looking for? You're looking for an internship, full-time job, part-time job, etc. Location. Some people just want to stay in Columbus. Well, you got to realize, and that's what you're going to find when we talk to us career coaches, well, that limits you, right? So if you're willing to move to New York, well, guess what? That opened it up. If you're willing to move to California, that opened you up. If you're willing to move to South Korea, that just opened it up. But if you're one of these people that I don't want to leave Columbus, that's fine. I'm not judging. But that's just know that that's going to limit your pool, right? And then the job roles. What type of jobs are you seeking? Okay. And then there's on the bottom, the Career Center. That's where you're going to click. And then appointments. Events. There are events on Handshake. Like Aflac is coming on February 5th. And I do want to throw a plug in there real quick. Aflac is actively looking, and I don't have the material in front of me, I'm sorry. On February 5th, they will be in the Career Center. They are actively looking for, I think it's 40 students between sophomore and right now I think they're willing to do freshman as well, where they're going to bring you in this summer, train you for a couple weeks, and then you're going to work 20 hours for the rest of your time as a CSU student. And I think it's like $20-something an hour. It's pretty darn good, right? And then once you complete that, obviously if you want to stay with Aflac, you're already working with Aflac, right? So again, February 5th, I can get you more information on that. It's in the Career Center. They're going to come here. They're going to talk, mingle. They've already done a couple presentations on campus, but they're actively looking for like 20 to 40 students where they're going to bring you in this summer, train you, and you're going to work 20 hours a week the rest of the time you're a student. And it's about $20-something an hour. All right, go to handshake real quick.
That should get everybody's attention. That's a tremendous opportunity.
Yeah, that's a. So you see how I just clicked CSU login? All right, and I'm going to switch my user. I got to go to student. Okay, so this is kind of what you should see right here. You can upload you can do your profile picture, about you. So you see here, I'm a career success coach at CSU. I need to update it because we're no longer the career design. We're a Center for Career Coaching now, right? What do I do? Just by looking at this, you can tell what I do, right? I enhance career choices, right? And then the skills, whatever skills you think you already have, go ahead and click on them. Communication. If you're a junior, senior, you already got communication. You already got collaboration. You've done all those things. And oh, by the way, if you have an issue trying to explain that stuff on a resume, bring your syllabi to your coaching appointment, and us career coaches will help you pull out that stuff because you've already done teamwork. You've already done collaboration. You've already given presentations, right? You know how to do those things. You just probably don't know that you've done it, right? Work experience. If you have work, even if it's working at Ace Hardware, I don't care. Just put it on there, okay? Education. If you've earned any other degrees, maybe you got an associate's degree from Georgia Military College or something, put it on there, okay? And then your CSU, by the way, your CSU degree will automatically be by default, okay? And then courses, any courses that are very specific, like for example, business law. That may be something that you want to highlight, right? Put it on there, okay? Organizations, maybe you're a part of an organization on campus, list it. Projects, any special projects you've worked on. And if you speak multiple languages, please share that, okay? And I would say even if you're not fluent, but you have an understanding of a different language, put it on there. Because there'll be companies that they'll look for criteria and they'll say, we're looking for somebody who speaks Hangul, which is Korean, right? And if you have it, guess what? Your name's going to pop up. Now you can explain later that you're not fluent in it. You can do all that later, right? And then employers, this is where you can click to see different employers. Coast Guard, Department of Navy, Center for Disease Control, City of Philadelphia, Handshake themselves, Johnson & Johnson. And then you can filter this. Like if you're looking for healthcare, if you're looking for accounting, finance, law, whatever. There are a lot of local lawyers, though, that also post internships on here. I know Gary Bruce has done that. I know there's a lady, Tina Stanford. I think she posted one just recently. People, this is where you can come and also search for people, and then you follow them. And once you start following them, it's much like, I don't want to say it's like Facebook. I want to say it's more like LinkedIn, right? Because Facebook is it's not professional. So I want to relate this to something that's professional, and that's LinkedIn. But real quick, Career Center, and then click here for appointments. Schedule a new appointment. And then you guys are all undergrad, I believe, so click here. And then this one right here. Now, if you decide you don't want to talk to Kate, for example, and I'm not hating on Kate, I'm just saying you have the option, right? Then, like if you wanted to find me, I'm going to be under the College of Letters and Sciences, right? So you click there, and then you just look across. And there's the people who have appointments, and you just click on them, right? Like, for example, Kate's hours may not work with your hours, right? That might be a reason that you don't meet with Kate. Again, like some of my students may not meet with me because my hours are traditionally always in the morning, right? All right, so let's go on for sake of time. Let's go on to LinkedIn real quick. All right, so LinkedIn. Who has a LinkedIn? Anyone? All right. Oh man, that's amazing. It's probably because you are all business majors, I'm assuming. All right, so founded in 2023, their mission is, or vision is to create economic opportunity on a global scale, right? And I think they're doing that. I'm a huge fan of LinkedIn. And if you're going to see my LinkedIn profile here in a minute, don't think your LinkedIn is going to look anything like mine. All right, don't get intimidated by mine. And I'm not trying to say mine's the best thing since sliced bread. Mine's been a work in progress probably for 8 years or so, right? And the thing I'm going to tell you about LinkedIn is when you're developing it, you don't have to design anything new, all right? If you see something on mine that you like the way I've got something formatted, all you have to do is copy it, put it on yours, and then put your information in there, okay? That's not cheating. That's not lying. That's not turning in a false assignment. That's using the resources that you have available, right? So if you see something on anybody's LinkedIn that you say, man, I like the way they did that. I like the way they did their tagline. Copy it, put it on yours, and then change it with your information, okay? 1 billion members. LinkedIn is the social media platform specifically for professionals, all right? And I have a buddy, he likes to say, and he works on base at the DoD schools, he likes to say, you go to college to become a what? You go to college to become a professional. That's why you're here right now. If any of y'all really want a job, come see me. I will take you down Manchester Road. I'll get you a job, okay? But I don't think that's why you're here in this college classroom right now. You're here because you're trying to develop yourself as a professional, right? And so this is the social media platform for professionals, right? That's what I like about it. Now that said, you will still see certain people who want to post something about Trump or they want to post something about Biden. Don't engage that. Don't entertain that, because people are. And if we got in much more detail, I can show you. People look at my LinkedIn profile daily. Emory University, University of Tennessee, the Army. They're looking at your LinkedIn profile. This is and whatever you click on, they're going to go look to see what you've liked, what you follow. And that could keep you from getting a job. Your professional social media presence, and I would even encourage you from this moment forward, if you're an Instagrammer, if you're a Facebooker, consider, like when I was in the Army, we always had this social media thing. Think, type, post. Think about it, type it, and then post it. It's often how I do an email when I'm kind of upset about something. I'll type it out because I'm mad, right? Oh, that professor made me mad, right? And then I'll walk away. And then I'll come back. What do you think I hit? I hit delete. Because it's not important. Let it go, right? So it's the same thing with social media. Don't post that stuff. Not getting political. I don't care how you feel about Trump. I don't care how you feel about Biden. It's not important. And the professional world really doesn't care, right? So just leave that stuff for your family and your friends. Don't put it on your professional social media. And I would encourage you, don't put it on any social media, because once it's out there, okay? Using LinkedIn, professional networking. This is how you can connect with colleagues, right? So if you know you want to get into digital marketing, right? So you look at Synovus and you find somebody whose their career field is digital marketing. You send them a friend request, or what's actually called connection. You send them a connection, right? You can also search jobs, industry highlights. If you start following different organizations for the career field you're trying to go in, they're going to update you. They're going to make posts about the latest and greatest things, the trends that are happening in that career field. And how does that help you? That helps you because now you know how to talk the language. If you've been following your professional organization for a couple of years on LinkedIn and you read their posts, now when you go into the job interview, guess what you talk? You talk their language, right? If you wait till it's time to be hired to go in and start trying to study and learn their language, I just personally think you're going to goof it up. I think if you start early and just letting that stuff sink in, you're going to be a much better candidate, right, when it goes to the job interview. LinkedIn also offers different ways that you can learn and develop yourself professionally. They have different little courses you can take. So for example, do some self-assessment. If you realize that you are weak at public speaking, well, maybe do one of their public speaking thing. If you realize that your business communication is not that good, take a little 30-minute, 1-hour course on business communication and get that little certificate. And then also the research. So you can research the companies that you want to work for. So Aflac, let's use them for example. You can go in there and find the different people that work for Aflac, and then you can follow them and see what career paths they took to get there. On your LinkedIn profile, the most critical thing is your headshot. Again, we're offering that to you for free over at the Career Center. Your headline, that's like your catch-all phrase, and then your background image. Those are, if you don't have anything else, those are the 3 things you need to start with. Alumni, this is how you connect with other alumni. You click on your school, and you can look at jobs they have posted. You can also connect with other alumni. So for example, if you know you're one of these people that want to go to live in New York City, find the CSU Cougars who live in New York City. If you want to go move to San Francisco, find the CSU Cougars who live in San Francisco and connect with them and say, hey, talk to me about living in San Francisco. What's it like? You know, maybe you could go out there for a visit. I'm sure a Cougar would host you in New York City. I'm sure a Cougar would host you in Nashville, Tennessee, right? So that's how you build that network. All right, messaging on LinkedIn. So first one we want to do is connection. I would always recommend, especially if it's a professional connection that you really care about, send a little note with it. Don't just send the connection by itself. Say, explain who you are. Hey, I'm a CSU majoring in business. If you have a moment, I'd like to connect with you. Follow up, and then the follow-up option, informational interview. So there's a whole nother presentation we do to teach you how to do an informational interview. Bottom line, you want to be prepared. You want to be professionally dressed. We had people, I think last year in the river course, go see the mayor with their headphones on, had their cell phones out. That's not what we want to represent as CSU students, as the CSU community. We want you, if you're going to go to the mayor's office, if you're going to go to the sheriff's office, any professional, you need to present yourself as a CSU professional, right? All right, and let me pull up LinkedIn real quick. How much time is it? Still good or?
Yeah, you have 20 more minutes.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so here is my LinkedIn and even my background. What does it say? Why LinkedIn is important for students. Because that shows you how much I care about LinkedIn, right? So here's your professional headshot. Here's your name. A lot of people put like certain credentials behind their name if you have those already. And here's your tagline. This, if you were to see this tagline and nothing else about my profile, what does it tell you about me? And that's what you want yours to be. Yours are all going to be unique, and all of yours are going to be different than mine, and they should be, right? But it's going to tell the story real quickly of who you are and what you care about. Going back to what I said earlier, this is probably going to be your purpose and your passion is going to tie together, kind of like your elevator pitch, right? And then over here, it shows you where I work. That's going to be the top one if you're currently working. And then it's going to show your latest schooling, right, where you went to school. And then here, about me. Again, at your level right now, you probably don't have to have that. I would encourage it, especially if you're a senior. And just how I recommend LinkedIn, for freshmen and sophomores, I really don't encourage it too much. But once you come to see me as a junior or senior, I'm going to be trying to encourage you to get LinkedIn, right? I can't make you do anything, but I highly, highly encourage it. And then here you can see the different posts that I've interacted with. So there was an amazing event last week called TEDx. I love TED Talks, so I went to that here. had a lot of CSU and local people speaking at that. Here's our young man that now works for the governor's office. He was one of our career advisors up in the Career Center. So you can see the different type of stuff I engage with. Now, if you go down, all right, so here's your experience. So here's all the places that you've worked, right? And again, mine is 30 years of professional experience, so yours will not look like mine, right? Currently, I work as a career success coach. I run an institute for my family. I'm also an instructor at Georgia Military College. And then I spent 29 years in the Army, right? I retired in June of 2024. So if you go back, I've pretty much got all that listed. Some people say you shouldn't have your LinkedIn looking like a resume. That's preference. I mean, it's totally what you want to do. And then let's see, go back. Then your education. And because I was in the military, I took schooling all over, right? My initial life purpose was to be a soldier. So schooling was kind of secondary to me. Education's always been important though. So I would take classes one at a time because to me, being a soldier was who I was, right? So it took me 13 years to get my first undergraduate degree. And then from there, I kind of just, went on up. I got 2 masters through the Army, Penn State, and I'm currently in my doctorate program with the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. So this is kind of how you can see how your education is going to line up. Also, I'm showing you this because when you find that person at Synovus that is in that position that you want to be someday, you can go and look at how they got, what degrees do they have? Do they even have a degree, right? Go back to their work experience. What positions have they held, right? Were they associate director? Were they an associate vice president? What positions did they hold and where did they hold them? How often did they move around? Sometimes you'll see people, they'll move every 2 or 3 years because they have to go to the next job to get a promotion, right? A new location. And then volunteering, I volunteer with an organization in Tennessee. It's mentoring where I help young students. Any licenses that you have, certifications. Again, this is what I would call those micro credentials. If you have any type of data analytics certificate or something like that, that's where you'd want to put that right there. Okay. If you go up here, let's see, network. This is where you find people, and then see what you do is you connect.
Look at that guy.
And see,
Look at that clown.
I would encourage you to not click on the one send without note, especially if it's somebody you know as a professional. You click here and you type it out, right? And then you hit submit, right? Let's see here. Let's say we want to be a lawyer. All right, so I typed into what? The word lawyer, right? Here, now let's take it to jobs. These are all the jobs that are associated with the term lawyer, right? Now, let's go back up here. Let's find the lawyers. Let's hit people. These are all the people around the world that are associated with law. And you just come on here and click on them. And you can see they're different. This guy's in Phoenix, Arizona, California, Orlando, Florida.
You can filter it by location. Is that what I'm
you
seeing?
can. Yes, you can. Yes, sir. And then companies, groups. So let's click on groups because that's probably where you're going to see different associations. European Lawyer Group. So if you wanted to join that group because you want to move to the EU someday, I would probably just click join, right? I would be selective though. Be selective on who you connect with and be selective on which groups you join. You don't want to just join everything, right? Join the ones that mean something to you, right? Let's see, products and services, schools. Let's see what it says. Atlanta's John Marshall Law School, Notre Dame, Buffalo. So maybe you're looking at going to law school. Well, this would be a great way to kind of just do a cursory look at the different law schools out there, right? Jobs, you can click up here on the top bar for jobs, and you can see the jobs I'm kind of filtering. Not that I'm looking, but these are the ones that, career center type of stuff, because that's what I enjoy, right? That's my passion, that's my purpose. Harvard Law School, assistant director, advising. So I think that's pretty much, and then you click here, view profile, and then you can just edit your profile by clicking on these little pencils, right? And again, if you like the way I did that, what you do is just right click it, copy it, and then paste it on yours. That's simple, and then just put your information. All right.
And if anybody needed help with their LinkedIn profile, they could make an appointment with a coach.
Yes. Yep. We have appointments for this as well. We can go in much more detail. We can help you with your handshake account, any of that. So, pending any questions or.
So Randy said he can't make you do a LinkedIn profile, and I can't make you do one either, but I can give you a grade. So that is part of your assignment. I want you to have the profile, but it needs to be updated. I'm going to look at it, make sure that you populated it with current things, that your resume is uploaded, that it says that you're a CSU student at whatever year you are. So I want to make sure that you have brought it up to date. What questions do y'all have on anything we talked about today?
Well, it depends on, we have some here at CSU. I know one's data analytics, so you can talk to the academic career coaches and get that added to your degree plan. And then also the SAM over in the continuing education office, they also offer little micro things like PMP, project management professional, but it doesn't even have to be with CSU. I mean, Auburn offers stuff. A lot of those little things can be done online. But yeah, just come see us and we can explore that with you.
Good question. Who else has a question? Yes, ma'am.
I remember the last class you said that you're using like AI to filter out like, okay, roles from structure and things that you do with your resume, and that you have to tailor the resume to the job that you're applying for. So I know that those is kind of the service that is offered. However, can you give an example of like a tailored resume to that specific job and what wouldn't fit those requirements? Unless there's not enough time.
So if it's okay with you, that's part of Thursday's presentation. They're going to get in depth on the resumes Thursday. Thursday is resume and interviewing. Is that right, Randy?
Yeah, resume.
Are you coming back or is somebody else coming?
It should be Ashley, but
Okay.
it might be.
Okay. And I'm going to invite Kate Vogel to come at some point if she can't come Thursday just to introduce herself. I'll get her to drop by so y'all can meet her as well. Any other questions that y'all have? All right, so for this week, oh, Randy, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Green is Randy's favorite color. Everybody get that? Yes, ma'am.
You talked about like the athletic internship. Do you know like what kind of like department it would be in, like HR?
No, it's going to be like in processing, claims processing. So they're going to teach you how to process claims, from what I understand. Yeah, but I'll have whoever comes in on Thursday, I'll have them speak a little bit more about that. Yeah,
That sounds like a great opportunity.
it does to me.
Green. He says favorite color is green. Everybody get that? All right. Does anybody have any questions about this or anything else? All right. So you don't have it. Yes, sir.
Like, how have you seen the job market change in like the past 5 to 10 years? Like with LinkedIn being so heavily involved in the marketing process and then building your personal brand, like how have you seen that?
Well, first of all, the market's always changing. Everything always changes, right? But I would say, especially with AI, it's changed. Like people are losing their jobs, but then again, people are gaining jobs. So you have to rebrand yourself, remarket yourself, and I like to say reskill yourself, right? So you need to look at the job market. Whatever job you're thinking about, well, first of all, for everybody in this room, AI is a thing. It's not going away. All of us, even as a career coach, I use AI daily, right? So nurses use it, doctors use it, lawyers, I'm sure everybody's using it. So, I mean, you have to be able to, someone quoted in my class at UTC, AI is not going to replace people. It's going to replace people who don't use AI. So think about that. So become AI literate, like be able to use it, know how to do research with it, use it as a tool. I think that's the biggest thing hitting the job market right now. And these coders, people who had jobs as coders and stuff, that's being like redone, right? So yeah, I mean, I can't predict what the future is going to be. None of us can, right? Really, but yeah, it's definitely changed. And you got to brand yourself. You got to keep. That's why those micro credentials. Those are industry. Don't just get a credential just because you think it'll look good on your LinkedIn. Get it because the industry you want to go into wants that credential, right? Data analytics, though, that's one of the broadest ones, and almost every organization deals with data, right? So if I were going to tell anybody just to get a generic one, I would say get data analytics because almost every field you go into deals with data. But don't get a PMP, which is project management professional, just to get it. If you're going to go into engineering or project management type of fields, then get it because it's going to look good on your resume, right?
What I think is important for you guys too is that for years and years and years, the job market or access to the job market and how you navigated that really didn't change much. Now, what we're telling you this spring could be different next spring, could be different next spring. It's changing all the time. So that was a big eye opener for me, was just knowing what y'all are up against in terms of keeping up with what the expectations are and what the tools are and what the resources are that you have. That's a lot of the battle, I think. Anybody come in after I took roll? Your name is Tampa. Gotcha. Ms. Reed. Got you. All right. I got both of y'all. All right. We'll see everybody Thursday. You have nothing to do homework wise. Just show up again on Thursday at 11 and we'll do it all over. Thank you, Randy.
You're welcome, sir. Nice to meet you too.
If it was the permission of the person speaking, record the next lecture because I have configured a ACM and you definitely want to hear that.
I'm recording all my life. This will be
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Randy, did you take your, I'll put it on the paper. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. See you around, sir. Yes, sir.
I wanted to make sure my name was called because I didn't hear it.